Alright, XQCL.
If the zombie apocalypse actually happened, but the zombies were fast as fuck, reasonably intelligent, and you lived in London where there's no guns, what would you do? In this How to Beat video, we'll follow the batshit insane repatriates, see if we can better avoid the hordes of infected, and ultimately attempt to beat the rage virus in 28 weeks later. If at any point you think I'm wrong, say for thinking Doyle should have sniped Andy, drop that.
Are they smarter in this one than in World War Z? Kind of similar, right? Where they are like running really fucking fast, berserk mode. But they don't make the fucking climb like they do in the fucking World War Z.
Nonsense in the comments. If you've binge watched all my videos but you're not subscribed, you're doing YouTube wrong. After watching all these How to Beat videos, maybe you think you could take on any evil entity in this world or the next. Well, have you taken... These are full-grown adults trying to eat your face off and chew through your neck. The rage virus also causes internal hemorrhaging and zombies to puke blood everywhere. Infection and blood loss are going to cause the first 10 to 20% of the zombies to die out within the first days or weeks. The 80% of the zombies that survive their initial wounds will be faced with starvation and dehydration. While Don and Alice never saw the zombies eat or drink during their escape because they were too busy trying to not get murdered by everyone, it's not safe for them to assume that the infected won't try to eat or drink by scavenging, cannibalizing each other, persistence hunting animals, and drinking whatever water they find. You don't want to walk into town assuming that everyone's...
Oh, I don't remember this movie very well, but that's... I always got annoyed at the plot hole in zombie movies where they act like they're still not using muscles and stuff, right, to function, the biology, which they should. They should just be like berserk and be able to digest, you know, human meat and bacteria better, like other animals. But they should still need to drink. They should still need to breathe, right? Everything that the muscles need to function.
Died of inanition and realized your hypothesis was wrong. Cannibalizing each other, eating uncooked foods, and drinking river water is gonna cause the zombies to be riddled with other diseases that make them vomit more and shit everywhere more, leading to more dehydration and illness-related deaths. Still, it'll take a lot longer for them to die out. That and not everyone will be infected at the same time. As bands of survivors get infected over the following weeks, the time it will take for them to die out will be even longer. For Dawn, Alice, and the others living in the home, survival is an uphill battle of attrition that may take up to a year. However, their primary concern is to not be spotted. The home they're sheltering in is situated many miles into the outskirts of London. I'm guessing somewhere eastward along one of the streams that connects to River Thames, far enough that the millions of infected in the city won't find them. This is more of a psychological consolation than a realistic advantage. Even one or two zombies could easily overpower them. This isn't America, where every household has enough firepower to mow down every living thing in a 2-mile radius 4 times over with a gun store down the road so they can do it again. This is Britain. They have diddly shit in the way of guns, which is about the only way you can fight those infected with the rage virus. Getting into a fist fight with them is pretty much guaranteed death, as one scratch, one spittle in your eye, and you turn into another zombie trying to kill what used to be your family. If they need to go outside for any reason, they need to do it under the cover of darkness. It is possible the zombies don't sleep from the uncontrolled anger they're experiencing, and that they are actively trying to hunt down any uninfected humans night and day. Humans can stay awake for weeks, even months without sleep or with micro naps. They should assume they're still being hunted at night, but at least the zombies will have more trouble seeing them. The human sense of smell isn't that great, but any scented candles or cigarettes should be avoided. They also have a hell of a lot of china propped up high. If someone knocks that over while a zombie's rummaging through their garbage, they're all dead. Package all that shit and put it on the ground. Their secondary concern is drinkable water. Distilling water from the nearby river at night and collecting rainwater in barrels should be able to sustain them. Their tertiary concern is food. This is the hard one. Their home is well stocked with cans of tomato soup, chickpeas, and bottled wine. Presumably enough for a couple months max with 6 mouths to feed. That's not the biggest problem though. Cooking it is. The rage virus may have turned everyone into young men who were on the losing side of a Call of Duty game. But they still have eyes, ears, and noses. Well, most of them. Some may have their noses bitten off. Point is, the smoke billowing out of your chimney might as well be a dinner bell for all the starving zombies nearby. You're gonna want to cook at night only, very briefly, and moderate how much smoke is being put out at once. If I can smell someone barbecuing from a block away, you better bet zombies can sniff out the Chef Boyardee you're cooking on your wood stove. It's not even just the zombies you want to hide from. You'd also want to remain unseen by roaming bands of scavs or desperate survivors who will lead the zombies to your front door.
Don't know who's in there.
Don, it's a kid!
Great. Someone saw the smoke coming out of your chimney because you decided to cook with a wood stove in broad daylight. Now some kid is forcing you into a lose-lose situation. You let the kid die and have to live with it. Or let in another mouth you have to feed and risk being seen by the infected chasing him. Or the third scenario. The kid is a scav scout that is using your empathy against you to infiltrate your home and signal to his friends that you're unarmed and well-stocked so they can come kill you and steal your supplies. Personally, and I know I'm saying this from my comfy chair with no skin in the game, I'd let the kid die. His screaming indicates immediate danger with zombies in close vicinity behind him, possibly within eyesight, in which case opening the door is a death sentence. If he
Are you gonna let them scream outside your house then? Like, are you dumb? You said you would fucking let him die, but he's just gonna stand there scream and get you fucking killed eventually.
over here and had lost the zombies.
This guy's a rookie zombie survivor.
Then again,
right?
they've been cooking
Rookie,
up a
I'll
feast,
tell you.
so at that point the zombies were already onto them regardless of the boy knocking. The young lady opening the blinds to see if her missing
Also, you
boyfriend
can
was
eat
out
the
there
kid,
is
right?
beyond moronic. The zombies chasing the
After-
boy are probably lurking around the house looking for him, and if her boy toy is
Take
out
him
there,
in.
he's probably undateable. The fact that the infected haven't barged through your home is lucky enough. If you're gonna look outside, it'd be better to do it from the attic so you aren't at eye level with the infected. This is what happens when you try to hold up with too many PTSD-stricken people in the apocalypse. Someone is going to do something stupid. Holy shit, those wood barricades did nothing. Who was this zombie? Jean-Claude Van Damme? Helping whoever is under attack is a waste of precious time. One scratch and the person you're helping is going to be trying to kill you. You're all basically dead now unless you have a stocked vehicle in the shed with the keys in the ignition, or a super secret crawl space you can all quickly hide in. Also, everyone should have had something on them that they could use as a weapon at all times, or at least sharpened sticks in each room. I know I said fighting is futile, but if you have to fight, a sharpened stick is better than bare knuckle brawling. Seriously, did they cover their windows up with styrofoam painted to look like wood?
John! Help us!
UK houses.
The time slowing down at this moment perfectly encapsulates the intensity. I'll probably get shit for it, but fuck Alice. She knew seconds mattered and prioritized the dumb little kid that led zombies to their doorstep over her husband who she'd been married to for decades. What the fuck was Dawn going to do? Judo chop it in the neck and swoop you off your feet to safety? You dicked around in the open and got caught. That's not his fault. Not to mention you both have kids which will be orphaned if Dawn gets himself killed too. Dawn justifiably uses his wife as a distraction to make the run of all runs. The zombies in the house weren't the only ones. There's an entire horde of zombies coming down the hill in a dead sprint towards him.
Soprano.
Tom Cruise doesn't have shit on the Dawn. Dawn screams at Jacob to hurry his ass up. Seems Jacob had the same idea. Dawn crank starts the motor while Jacob untethers the boat. With zombies right on his ass, he kicks the boat off the dock and tries to jump in, but fails to stick the landing and ends up in the zombie-infested waters. Dawn kicks the zombified Jacob off and manages to pull away from the rest of the infected. How the hell could you get a good night's rest ever again after that? With nowhere else to go, Dawn continues cruising down the River Thames where he's found and picked up by a military unit. At this point, you might be wondering, if they had a boat, why the fuck didn't they just cruise out of town? And you know what? It's a good question. According to this boat capacity calculator, it could have held all 6 of them. If not, you could always leave the elderly couple since they'll just be dead weight. From their likely location along the River Thames, it'd be about an 80-mile journey across the English Channel. With spare gas and 4 to 6 people, you could cover at least half of that on power. They'll need to bring paddles to row the rest of the way, commandeer another boat, or siphon more gas. If there is a military presence, they'd be setting up camp in the harbors east of London. They don't know if the rest of the world is fucked too, and if they'll show up on the beaches of France only to find more zombies. But it's worth the risk and beats the hell out of skulking around a cottage in a populated area where one wrong move results in your death. 15 days later, mainland Britain is quarantined. 3 weeks for a proper quarantine to be set up? I'm surprised more zombies didn't slip through.
I'm not watching 36 minutes of this. Just reviewing the fucking movie.